Hello and welcome to another Midday Minecraft. What's up, everybody? How you been? Well, I hope. So, we're just hanging out here like Wile E. Coyote style, over the edge of a block, not really on it. If you play this game, you know that's a thing. It's kind of a silly thing. It's a very abusable thing. But anyway. So we're still up here doing ceiling work, but man, have we made some massive progress. Maybe not fast enough for you guys. Certainly not fast enough for me, but we're making progress. And to remind you, we're doing all this shit in survival mode because I'm a masochist, apparently. So, you know, environment and mobs are out to kill us. Hunger exists. We gotta actually collect all the resources. We're not just spawning shit in all easy like. Well, I guess we can place these last 14 blocks. Massive help from Curse lately. Collecting the raw materials and clearing some of the junk around here. Big help from Ed. Thank you, buddy. He collected some stuff and he mixed up. Where am I going? And mixed up some stuff so it would go much more smoothly and easily for me. So thank you. Yeah. So that's where we're at now. I'm about to take some more concreto. And oh hello. And remember to get into chat, because occasionally I get ahead of myself and forget to do that. And it would appear as though today we're one of those days. I'm not sure. Yikes! If Ed is, oh, that's me forgetting my volumes up. We're not sure if Ed's going to be joining us today. He is at school, but apparently he has study hall and lunch break right around this time of day. So he hops on, talks, does a few things, maybe a little song and dance, and then he's out of here because he's got school. Oh, crap. That's not what I meant to do. I was maybe kidding on the song and dance thing. Sorry. I don't want to get your hopes up. Okay, now we go back down. I mean, up. Excuse me. Stifling sneezes. Not always the easiest thing to do while on camera. And apparently climbing up holes that are only 1 block wide, also not easy to do. Okay, so to recap, I am making yellow concrete and placing it in the ceiling as fast as humanly possible because it's boring and I'm sick of this project. But there's no fucking way I'm giving up now because I've been doing it too damn long. Also, quick update. We had, I was a guest on my buddy's podcast yesterday. We recorded it at my shop, at my game store. And it went well. We had a good time. He's a good dude. Actually, we recorded it on Monday. But it's up now. So I can post links to it, which I'll do after this, on Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, etc. All the things. And you can go listen to it. It's on Podcast Bean. So if you don't already have that, it's free on the Play Store. And it's also on iTunes. His name, funnily enough, is also Shane. So his podcast is called The Shane Aldrich Podcast, where he talks mostly about magic stuff. He's been doing it for a couple months. He's like 13 or so episodes in, and I think he's doing a bang up job. And it's inspired me once again to get off my laurels and probably go start our podcast. Like, it's something we've talked about for a while. Ouch. Damn it. Scheduling is the biggest roadblock. So we get that worked out, and then... Oh yeah, I can just come straight up here now instead of that backward-ass way I was doing it before. Get the scheduling down. I don't know what the format of the show is going to be. But we've got the equipment, so we can do that now. I need to get like a better station set up for all this sort of stuff, because even my streaming area is just my living room currently, and that definitely lacks something to be desired. So we're getting there, baby steps. I'd like to do it at the shop, but then it restricts when I can do it, basically when the shop's not open. And the shop is big, and I don't know what the acoustics are like in there. Although I should, because we just recorded Shane's podcast there, and I've listened to about half of it, and it sounds pretty good. But I don't know what kind of equipment or filters or software. Actually, I do know what software. I think he's using GarageBand. I downloaded Audacity for this purpose, but I haven't used it much. So, another free service. Like, there's like 3 free services that everyone tells you are good, especially when you're starting, but are good even for non-beginners, and that's GarageBand, Audacity, and a third one that I can't freaking remember. And I just lost my light source. Let's fix that, shall we? So quick shop update. It is Wednesday, which means mostly Commander Night. Everything's on the table at any given time, but Wednesday is the big Commander Night, followed by Friday during and after FNM. Actually, it's not going to be quick. Sorry, I lied. A King of Avalon update. That phone app game that I play, where I'm the leader of an alliance. At potentially great personal risk, we took in another alliance last night. We absorbed them. I kind of fancy ourselves as, like, I don't know, the New York of the 17 and 1800s, where we're like taking in people from all over the place and providing them safe harbor and safe passage. It's a fun game. It's difficult to play well if you don't have a good alliance around you, or if someone's decided to pick on you. So basically, someone decided to pick on these guys, and they can't really play well anymore. They can't enjoy their experience. And we've been friendly with them for a while, and as of last night, they essentially said enough is enough and joined us. But before I could let them in, I had to have some personal guarantees. One, you're going to abide by our rules, which is pretty much just be a decent person. Because there are some definite fuckboys in this game who like to show their ass, as the expression goes, in Kingdom chat all the time. We don't want any of them. And there was open war declared on this alliance by this other much stronger alliance, whom we know but we're not necessarily like all that friendly with. So I wanted to make sure if we brought these new guys in, we weren't just going to inherit a war. So I had to get like personal assurances, and of course people can lie, but from their 3 leaders to make sure that things were going to be cool. And they said, yeah, basically as long as they have your tags and they don't attack us or any of that kind of bullshit, and basically, play nice, then everything will be fine. So I said, okay. I said, I'm going to go with that information, and thank you for your time, and I'm going to trust what you said, and I'm going to bring them in. And they're like, okay, good luck. And so far it's been fine, but all of that stuff delayed my my glorious sleep that I was looking forward to last night by like 3 more hours. It took 2 hours to work out all the deals, and it took like another hour and a half to like start the process of bringing in new players, or those players to our alliance. Most of our officers, actually all of our officers, are fine with it, except one. She definitely didn't think it was worth the risk, which I understand because I know it was a risk. That's why I did everything I could to minimize risk. But they have some experienced and strong players, which will complement our player base as well. There's a big war about to start, so having some more people in our alliance who are strong and know how to play the game will be very beneficial. It also nearly puts us back up into the top 10, because we didn't lose any power, but a lot of the guys around us grew faster than we did. So then we lost relative position. But we have one of the only level 30s in the game outside of the Chinese players, who are the bane of this kingdom. They have like 9 level 30s. And then we have one, this other alliance who was mad at the people we just took in. They have one. And then the front runners of the kingdom for a long time, who we fought with in the Throne War. Their alliance is called Wild. They have a 30 as well. And there are lots of people at this point who are close to 30, because they were like, oh shit, we gotta have 30s if we're going to be able to stay in this fight. Anyways, but we have one of the 3 30s in the kingdom outside of the Chinese players. So that's something. He is the smallest 30 because he went the fastest. He took the most linear path. So he hasn't had the time to grow all the other stuff. So now that's the goal, is to do all the other stuff that makes your troops and your castle strong. So he's been plugging away at that, and he's finally surpassed me. Even at level 30, my level 23 was stronger than his, because I grew slowly and did all the little things that you're supposed to do to make your castle strong. I did all that with time. He did all his with mostly money. And I'm not knocking him for it. I'm glad to have him in our alliance. He's a good dude. It's just 2 different ways to do it, and I don't have thousands, and I do mean thousands of dollars, to drop into this game to do what he did. So I don't begrudge him that. And that seems to be kind of a common theme in most of the big alliances. The leaders are in the top 10, maybe top 5, maybe even top 3 of overall alliance power. Castle power. And then all their officers are their heavy hitters. I don't know necessarily why that turns out to be that way. I know why, at least for me, it's kind of that way, and that's that while I make sure I still take care of myself and grow, I try to push all my other players and help them. So I end up giving a lot of resources away to make sure that they get to grow. There's that. And then also, at some point when you're a leader, you're doing way more behind-the-scenes work than anyone else, even the other officers. Now, the other officers have responsibilities, and that definitely takes time. But they don't have as many other responsibilities, usually. So since I'm spending a lot of time talking to people, I'm not spending that much time playing the game, so my growth slows down as well. And I think that's probably fairly common for a lot of folks in this game. But whatever, that's fine. Such is the burden, I guess. Anyway, I'm still having a good time playing the game. It does take up a lot of time. I think you can play this game fairly well. Creeper, where the fuck did you come from? I've got big open holes now from nowhere. That's why I need to block that stuff up. And I don't want you blowing up my shit. I knew mobs were going to be a problem eventually, so... Hi. What's up, fella? Let me get you out of here before... it's going to... Ooh, okay. 4 hits from a pick. From a stone... Oh, from an iron pick. Basically the same amount of damage as 4 hits from a stone sword. Alright, check. Oh, look who it is! Hi, Haby. Or baby. Take your pick. Whatever. Okay. Where were we? Yes. Working on the ceiling. Doing a da cha-cha. So anyway, last night and this morning, lots of new people coming over kind of things happening. Some amount of trying to make people to reassure them that things are cool, and laying out some ground rules and all that good stuff. And yeah, so far no problems, but it's early. I assume that there's going to be some bullshit that I'm going to have to deal with rather soon. But we'll see how it goes. Do I have any more powder on me? Yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. So right now I'm just blocking up all the holes because I'm tired of falling through them. And then I'll get back to clearing shit out rather soon. Because, I could just do a big, long one. And fall off backwards because I forgot to look behind me. Still new magic stuff coming out in... Yeah, we'll do it that way. In a week and a half is pre-release. Your first opportunity to get new stuff. It's going to be lots of fun. But loads of Planeswalkers. Sign up now. Either with us or your local gaming shop. And if you've never played Magic, when a new set comes out is actually a pretty good time to start. So you might consider it. It's super fun. We had a bunch of like 4 new players start in the last week. Gave them the new player starter decks and all that good stuff. Played some introductory games with them. That's always fun. I know a lot of really experienced players generally don't look forward to that. Some do because they're like, yeah, it's great to have new faces in the game instead of the same old, same old. And some people really enjoy teaching and are better at it than others. But a lot of people are like, I want to play a competitive game because I only have so much time to invest in this hobby. I don't have the time to baby this new player along and handhold them. So they get frustrated and they don't want to play new players, which I also understand. But I actually really enjoy playing Magic with new players. I think I'm a fairly good teacher. I've seen a lot of other people teach the game, and I kind of understand where the new player the new player doesn't know what questions to ask, and they're usually timid and don't realize how comprehensive the game is. And the experienced player is usually glosses over some fairly important but basic concepts because they've forgotten what it's like to be a new player. They're like, oh, surely this person knows what mana is, or that you can only play one land a turn, or what the phases are, or any of that stuff. So they kind of like jump in at too advanced of a level when they start teaching these players, and they either overwhelm them or skip some, like I said, very important basics that you need to know in the game. And I've observed that, so I'm kind of sensitive to it and conscientious of how I teach new players. Also, keep in mind that when you teach a new player anything, whether it's Magic or not, your goal isn't to just, kick their ass. You're like, oh, beat you, scrub. Like, if you're playing the game, surely you like it, and you should want to foster a healthy and fun environment for the betterment of the game. And in the long run, you too. It helps you. So if you're the super competitive type and all you care about is wins, you're not a good teacher. Like, don't teach people things, because you're gonna turn them off most of the time. You're gonna be like, their impression is going to be, oh, Magic players are cocky douche hats. I don't want to play Magic with these people, or I don't want to play Magic because I might turn into one of these cocky douchebags. Like, you gotta temper it a little and remember what it's like to be brand new. And some people, I don't know where they're coming from or why they do things the way they do. I think they're just like, well, I remember losing 1,000 times in a row before I ever won my first game, so I'm making sure that that's what happens to these new guys, because finally my time has come. Like, it's time for them to get their comeuppance. And while I understand that, it doesn't help you any. If you're tired of losing and you're trying to become a better player, beating a new person who has subpar cards and a very subpar understanding of the game does not make you a better player. You have another win, but you benefited nothing from it. Like, you should be wanting to play stronger players and learning to at least come up to their level, even if you can't beat them, and learn from what they know about the game. And this is any game, not just Magic. As opposed to just going, why do I always lose to person X? I just won't play them anymore. I'll just go beat up on these other guys who I know I can beat. Like, that doesn't help you to grow any as a person. Like, people have a habit of getting in their little comfortable zone and their comfortable shell, and they don't want to get out of it. Which is fine for some things. Like, once you get to a certain level, you might just want to coast. But, like, if you want to improve, that is not the way to do it. And if you want to teach new players and let them have a good time, that's not the way to do it. And if you want to have an ever-increasing player base so that your game doesn't die, that's not the way to do it. Like, I've seen lots of games die for various reasons, but one of them is that the player base just keeps shrinking. And one of the reasons the player base keeps shrinking is because in some games, because of the way the game is structured, once you become good and have, like, the stuff, whatever the stuff is in the game, the cards, the dice, the ships, the whatever, you're almost untouchable. And, like, no one can ever catch up to you. So why should they bother? Like, the way the game is structured benefits people who have played a long time, and only those players can ever advance or win consistently. And that makes for a very unfun game, which is one of the reasons most games have like an element of chance or randomness in the game, because it equals the playing field. That's why, like, dice rolling in certain games helps so much. Like, yes, you're stronger than that person, but they sucker punched you because they rolled a 20, and now you're out in the hospital for 2 days or whatever. Or they played some weird card that no experienced player would ever play, and so as an experienced player, you aren't ready for it because it's not really a good card, but it does some fairly cool things in certain scenarios. And now that they have it and they benefited from it, like it caught you unawares, and there's not much you can do about it. And so you lost that game, even though you weren't outplayed. You lost it, kind of to chance or randomness. Like games have that. In good games, have some amount of randomness in them to make it so that new players, why not just burn myself? So that new players can actually compete and win sometimes, and want to continue playing the game. So it's not just Bob with his unbeatable fleet who always wins, or his $10,000 deck, or whatever the hell it is. Anyway, I think that's enough belaboring that point. So yeah, new players, cool. New stuff coming out, cool. Podcast was great. I'll post that later. KOA's going along swimmingly. I keep saying it, but I keep not doing it. Gotta make those tutorial videos. Like I've made a few, but not as many as I want to or could. Like, I could definitely provide hours of content, weeks of content on just how to start a new account and get through the like 30 basic things you need to do. And then like I could definitely provide content on mid-level stuff, and then some amount of content on high-level stuff. Like I'm definitely not like the best in-game player or anything, but like I know some stuff. And a lot of that stuff is something that new players don't know and would benefit from. Even some experienced players. Like, there's so many little nuances in this game and like different places to look and things to work on that no one person can know it all. Like constantly in these other alliances where I have lots of experienced players, or I'm one of the players in that alliance, we're all trading little tips and tricks that, I don't know, at least 20% of the time someone didn't know. So that makes exchanging information very worth it. And as such, I think making tutorials would be great for that reason. Which is why I should do it. And I should stop talking about it. But I have too many projects going on at once. I need some help, honestly. And then I need to like kind of streamline and pick a few and focus on them a little more before I switch to the next thing. Just like the podcasting thing, like we can do it. I like to talk, if you haven't noticed, and never fucking shut up. But that doesn't mean I need to start a podcast right now. Like, I could talk about Magic. I think it's better. Like, I could have topics and talking points. But I almost think it's better for me, for the way I operate, if someone else is, like, interviewing me. They have questions they want answered, and they ask me a question, and then I give you a really long-winded response. Because that's what I usually do. Some people say too long. I generally feel, I mean, I do get off track or off topic when I'm answering sometimes, but most of the time I feel all that extraneous information I gave you is relevant. Like I said it for a reason. I thought it was important. There are a lot of things in life that aren't just black and white. Why did you do that? 'Cause I was hungry. You know, like, well, I was sleepy, so I went to sleep. Like, those are easy ones, but I don't know. Why did you choose to go to that school? Well, that's not necessarily an easy answer. Like, I may have wanted to go to a different school, but I didn't have the money, or it was too far away, or I needed to stay home and help grandma, or, whatever. Why are you friends with that person and not that person? Why are you friends with that person when everyone knows they're an asshole? That's always my favorite kind of thing. Like, and the person admits, yeah, that my friend is an asshole, but he's my friend. If I met him today, maybe we wouldn't be friends. We never would have developed a relationship. But because of all the little nuances in human behavior and the way things, like the complicated and winding path that we weave throughout life, he's my friend, and now he's my friend forever. So, yeah, he's an asshole, but he's still my friend, and I'm not just going to unfriend him because 90% of people think he's an asshole. Even though I know he's an asshole, and he even knows he's an asshole, we're still friends. That's the funny thing about people. They can either rationalize away certain things, or they can compartmentalize things and just like turn a blind eye to it, or they're pulled in two directions, and you can really only go in one, right? So once you pick the one direction, not the band, factor A is weighted more heavily than factor B. He is an asshole, but he has been my friend for 23 years. Guess what? Until he kills somebody or steals my wife, he's still my friend, right? I don't know. Was that super off topic? I don't know what the topic was, but I'm sure that wasn't it. Okay, do I have the stuff to make more stuff? Cool stuff. How many? Ew, what happened? Okay, so we have 19 pieces done, and we have these 64. So I guess I could just run around and find holes again and use these up. Or I could burn myself. Whatever. Seems like a plan. Why not? You're going to block my flow. Water. I mean, my flow of water, you stupid netherrack. Ow. There. That's what I think of you and your kind. Suspected spam is calling me. No thanks. I don't know anyone named Spam. I've eaten spam in my life. I wonder why it got called spam. I don't think it's an acronym. Ooh, clutch plays. See us do that? Put water on that block and it did not even flow into the fire to put it out. Bam! Spam is still a product that's on shelves. It's not especially good or good for you. But it's not that bad either. Like, I think like fried spam sandwiches. I think that's probably the best way to eat it. And if the zombie apocalypse comes, that's one of the first damn things I'm grabbing. Chocked full of sodium. Help me retain water so we don't sweat out as much, so we don't have to replenish fluids as often. That's a heck of a deal when clean water is going to be scarce, I assume. You know, for the zombie apocalypse. Or nuclear fallout, whatever. I'm not a pessimist, but I'm pretty sure that one of these days we're on the path. It's inevitable where one of those two things is going to happen. People are going to kill people en masse in one way or another with nukes or biowarfare or whatever. And that's, to me, that's the most likely reason for air quotes zombies. Some sort of biological warfare that causes whatever kind of weird condition in humans and or a mutation that turns us into subhuman do I have it turns us into some sort of subhuman species or group, humanoid thing, whatever. Like just because it doesn't exist now, or I should say, just because we don't know that it exists now, doesn't mean it can't happen. That biowarfare ends up with that kind of outcome. I don't know this because I don't know how fast this disease debilitates people, but just like airborne leprosy, there's a zombie-like feeling to that. Your body decays away and eats itself, and you get open sores, and you can't, you get neuromuscular and problems, and you can't move properly, and things are falling off you eventually, and all that. Yeah, and what was it like? This might be like 10 years ago now, but that strain of when we had all those people doing bath salts, it was around then, but whatever it was that was called crocodile or whatever, that people kept taking it, but it was like literally eating their body. They had massive open wounds. They were getting infected, and they were just like, yep, I want to keep taking whatever this stuff is that must be highly habit forming, because despite the very bad consequences of taking it, they kept doing it. Like, I mean, I get addiction, but at some point when your leg falls off, and you're not going to the hospital about it, you're probably going to die, or that might be enough to be a wake-up call to stop doing the thing that you're doing and go get some treatment. I mean, I don't know. I've never been on it. Don't want to. Don't plan to. And I feel bad for any of those people who have. I feel like we're just one bad dystopian movie away from shit going downhill real fast. But on a happier note, we're almost done. And that's also not true. That doesn't feel true at all. Oh no, it finally broke it? Well, I guess... Oh, we are in water territory. I saw the drip. I remember which corner of the room we're in right now. Bastards. All I want to do right now is use up these 83 blocks. Oh, thank you. Thank you, light source. Wunderbar. Where are you? Oh, hi. Ah, we found a hole. More things we can plug up. Hooray. Down in a hole. Yep. That is always going to be a thing I do, so get used to it. Or or don't. But I can't, I won't, and I don't stop. Beastie Boys said it best. Okay. Haha! I see you. Okay, so I've got a bunch of holes that I can make if I just expose some of this stuff. Because you can't, you won't, and you don't stop. And then maybe we go mix up the rest of the concrete, or water the rest of the concrete. I was so bummed that my idea didn't work, but I'm also a little bit glad that it didn't, which was just take the stack of concrete powder and throw it in a pool of water, and it would just harden up that way, so that when I picked the stack back up, it would be a stack of hardened concrete instead of concrete powder. It would be great if it worked, because it would obviously save me buttloads of time. But I'm kind of glad it didn't work, because, I mean, if it did, I would have felt rather sheepish for not having thought of it or done it sooner and wasted all that time doing it the hard way. So yeah, there's that. So I think I've basically 100% decided what the design in the roof is going to be, in the ceiling here that we're standing on, is going to be, and it's going to be the Brass City logo. So if you don't know what that is, it should be our profile picture. That like kind of stylized metropolitan city looking thing with the sunburst behind it, and the banner, and our name on it, and all that good stuff. Yeah. So that's only 3 colors. Yellow we'll have covered, because that's what we're gonna do the entire ceiling with before we go back and put any color in anything. And then black and white. So we're this bright yellow gold color and black and white. So we have the yellow. I have plenty of white. I think it's plenty in the chest. So then I'm going to need, I guess, to go get ink sacks, because I want it to be concrete and not wool. So that we can make some black concrete. I got to remember to come up and get that stupid... Wait! I have it on me! Whee! Party time! Obsidian. That I don't know why it's here. Thank you very much. Do not rain down lava on my head, please. Thank you. And we have to get offline soon, because we have things to do. Like, get to the shop. I've got another deck commission from a customer. That makes like the 3rd in 3 weeks. I've got to do some more research on a deck that I'm doing for a friend. Like, I have a general idea of what I want, but I want this one to be special. Since I've got some time to work on it, I have till the end of the month, basically. This other one I've got to finish today. He's coming in. And this other one, it was kind of open-ended, but he already asked if it was done yet. And I was like, well, you gave me a very high price limit to work with, and currently I'm coming in very much under budget, which sounds like a good thing, right? But this guy has a whole lot of store credit because he traded in a bunch of cards, and he wants a stellar deck. So, like, he wants it to be at least $400, and I'm only at like $215. So, and I only have 4 slots left to fill, and 2 of those slots 100% need to be 2 cards that I'm looking for, which is Sheoldred and Eternal Witness. And the other 2 cards, it's up in the air. And then basically the only thing I can do to add value to the deck and it be good value, not just meaningless value, is put it into his land base, which is a pretty common thing in any format of Magic. But it's already got a pretty damn good land base, so I could put a Gaia's Cradle in it. That would ump it up quite a bit. But I don't think I want to do that. So I don't know if I even have access to one. Like, I think I have my 1 or 2 in my personal collection. That's it. So you can't, you won't, and you don't stop. All right. I think, yeah, we've definitely been all around the entire perimeter and midsection. So at least now there are no holes, I don't think, anywhere for things from above to fall down into my main room. Because that was always a concern with all the time we put in. Oh, there's one. There's 2. And there's that. Deku. Okay, back to... You know what? We're just going to drop down. We're just going to go back downsies. Meow. And attack it from underneath here, maybe? Oh, we need picks, though. First we pick. First we feast. Did anybody watch that? That's a good show. I like it. I like it a lot. Because you can't, you won't, and you don't stop. You can have this one. You can have these. You can have these. What is this? Granite, and this is what, polished granite? Oh, okay. You can have both of those. Both of those. And then we vomit some cobble again. Goodbye. Goodbye. See ya. And one more. Meow. And then, what are you, andesite? Damn you, andesite. You get back on our hit bear. Snapdoodles, you're the one. Yeah, baby, yeah. It's Zatarans. Oh, probably should get. But why? Then we have 6 left, huh? Oh, yeah, we need this. Give me these. Water those. And then Snaggletooth. Down a Fraggle Rock. Down a Fraggle Rock. You know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, I'm sorry. Your childhood was probably lacking. Fraggle Rock is the shit. Wow. Okay, here's a little haul. Not the very big one, but we do it anyway. Thank you. I thought there were more. Here's another haul. So now when we come back to this spot, it'll be all, excuse me, it'll be all ready to go. This is rather difficult to find all of these holes. Oh, thank you. Now we just need to pick a spot and get it done. Okay. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. I try so hard. You can't rise above it. I don't know what it is, but that little gal loving. Yeah, I like country. So what? I grew up on it. It's not all I like. Even if I didn't like country, I'd probably sing that song. was, how you say, very catchy. Ow. That was most unintended. Thank you. And then right after this, I gotta go back and answer my alliance. Apparently, they've been blowing up my phone. I'm trying to train up a few new officers, too. We're growing. We need some more help. The 6 of us are not always on. So that's challenging. You're trying to get something done. Don't fall in a hole. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, wow. Don't run in a straight line either. How about that? Like, people have said the how about that for a long time. They've said the cash me outside bullshit for less time, I would imagine. I don't like that chick. But I guess she's become a meme. And it's kind of funny to say sometimes. Just don't let it be the only thing in your vocabulary. Bum bum bum. Da-na-na-na-na. Where the fuck was I at? Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Duty. Well, you just said duty. You're 5. Shut up. What else is going on? Oh no. They don't pay me no more. Oh yeah. I'm still waiting on my... Oh, is this it? Nope. UPS delivery. Schnapdoodles. Fall off, why don't you? See if I care. Okay, does this connect? Or am I boned? Ah, we made it. Looks like we made it. Look how far we've come, my baby. Might have took a long way. Alright. I was going to say whatever happened to Shania Twain, but I actually know. She took a bunch of time off. I mean, she probably, if she spent wisely, she probably had all the money she needed. Holy crap, it is our delivery! I thought I heard it. I think it's our delivery. I'll be right back. Hooray!
So if you're gaming, you can't message.
Yes, that's true.
I wasn't sure. I just wasn't sure how it works. So you like have it through your phone or something?
Well, no. So it's through my computer, and Xbox. But I have to monitor chat so I can interact with people, and that's through my phone. So yes. So then and once it's on Twitch, like if I jump out, I lose the chat room, and I have to jump back in and like start all over. It's a pain in the ass. So yeah. When I'm streaming, I'm just stuck in there.
You got like a set time?
Pretty much noon to 1.
1? Alright.
Yeah.
And then I'll make sure I'll try to be like, alright, I know I'm going to be here, blah, blah, blah. But if you're here at noon to 1, then
it doesn't really matter. Like they know. I told them I'll be back in a second. They can hear us right now.
As long as I see your car and know you're here. So I guess if I drove by and your car wasn't here, I'd be like, I'll wait for him to text me.
Yeah. Yeah. See everybody. Have a good weekend. Okay, I'm back. That was our delivery. Hooray! And guess what? I think we're done here for now. Yeah. Okay, we made it out there. What's underneath there? Why are there these 2 blocks? I bet you, excuse me, I couldn't reach them from underneath. Okay, we've got a big section here. I can get all this crap out of the way. We can actually go all the way up until here. Oh, we have another layer. It's like an onion. Alright. Well, this makes it marginally easier. I don't have to jump down there to catch my iron now. Nobody wants to break an ankle for some irons. But yeah, we're done. We're done. It's time. Thanks for joining us. I've got to go do other things now. We'll be doing this again tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do it Thursday and Friday still. And we'll do some work off camera so it's not so boring. And then you don't have to listen to me talk about all those other things as much. Unless you enjoy that. If you enjoy that, let me know in the comments. I've been seeing that we're getting better views on our stuff, and people are clipping some of the things and or commenting on them like after the fact, even if it's not on the live stream. So that's encouraging. And we're still, getting 4 or 5 new followers a week, so we're slowly growing. And that's without me really giving things the due diligence I should be. I could be doing more, so I should. But, it's all a time thing. There's a lot of things going. Anyway, that's not an excuse. I need to do better, and I'm going to start. So, thanks for tuning in. If you're local, please come play at the shop. Say hello. We have lots of cool games. We teach you lots of things. Have good times there. If you're not, we're all over social media. Please smash a like, a sub, a follow. We super appreciate it. Drop us a comment, email, whatever. Communicate however it is you want to communicate, because we have multiple avenues for that.